back to the stream. Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. It's NBA video this time. Let's just keep on going with this NBA. Get it dominated.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland comes into this one after the win against Golden State. They're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Well, if you want to describe the two teams going at it tonight, they are fresh, young, and hungry. Kenny, how hard is it for these two coaches to get their guys to play consistently?
I mean, experience is probably the most valuable tool in the NBA, and that inexperience makes it hard. You know, it's a teaching tool. You got to yell a lot, start pulling your hair out. That's why I'm bald, because I was pulling my hair out, you know, to some of my younger players that I played with. But it's important to reinforce that. Tough love.
Yeah, you know, you can't let the young guys get too high or too low. You know, both teams are making excellent progress. Should be a good fight tonight, Ernie.
Fresh, young, and hungry. That would be fresh, young, and hungry.
That's right.
Great movie. It's a great
I need
movie.
a sandwich right now.
Yeah.
Which one of those is Kevin Harlan? I don't know, but let's check in with him.
He's probably hungry.
The Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Cleveland is working their way through a road trip going into today's game. So Cleveland will get the first. Here for Cleveland. Sanders checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Smith. And Jay subbed in for Kyrie Irving. On the court for Cleveland, Jay in at point guard. Sanders out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Here's Levine. Really had troubles in the loss to Sacramento. The pass to Muhammad. 6 to shoot. Udrich, the pass to Dang. Here's Muhammad. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Muhammad's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. James gets the screen from Jay. LeBron drives in. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Levine kicks to Zhang. Udrich, the pass to Swanson.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Jay. 3rd in three-point shooting, 10th in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And he's the type of three-point specialist that doesn't need a ton of shots to rack up points.
First one falls for him. Ramon Shumpert is checked in for James. And so he hits both. A minute 20 left to play in the first. Freak dishes to Fry. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Jay. Here's Sanders. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Here's Udrich. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Dishes to Muhammad. Teardrop shot. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them wave after wave, and they really kept
getting 2 chances at the free throw line here. Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Hey. Now Udrich. 8 points his last outing. Here's Muhammad. Another miss by Minnesota. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What stands out? Sanders checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for J.R. Smith. And Jay subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Then it's Gorgie Day. And it's Udrich. And it's Swanson in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Zhang, a screen. Wiggins against LeBron. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Udrich.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Levine, covered by LeBron, and a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
And he gets the bucket.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Tipped away. It's good. This time the assist from Udrich. Wiggins has got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. And a pretty tight look.
Kevin would look.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look. And Cleveland also making a change. Freaks checked in. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving is out there with Jay, and it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his 4th personal foul.
The Timberwolves have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. And the first one drops. And Towns drops them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
They set the pick.
Move the ball.
Irving attacking. Rubio with the rebound.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
In the corner, it's Wiggins. LeBron with the block. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And Freak throws it down.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 7th assist here tonight. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Outside Irving. Thompson, a screen on Rubio. Irving double team. The drive by Love. Here's Thompson. And there's the goal on Karl Anthony Towns. A different look now for Cleveland. Sanders comes in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. On defense, Minnesota. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
A different look now for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. And Shumpert in there for Jay. Here's Udrih. Change it up. There's 1:40 left in the 4th quarter of this one. In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Gorgie Dang is out there with Towns. And it's Ilyasova in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Timberwolves trail by 19. Udrih, the pass to Levine. Now the feed to Muhammad. Kicks it to Udrih. Gets an open look and hits.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Cavaliers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And looking at the arc of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year, so this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series against the Timberwolves.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for LeBron James. He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Freak dishes to Dellavedova. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 19.
The assist, Freak.
Here's Levine. Pass to Muhammad. Now the dish to Udrih. The floater and the rejection by Sanders. Here's Dellavedova. He dishes it to Freak. He feeds it to Sanders. To the inside. Here's Jay. And a missed layup. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Congratulations, LeBron.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Ben.
All right, guys, let's get it. Let's go.
The Bucks look to take charge at BMO Harris Bradley Center, and we're bringing it to you live from Milwaukee here on 2K Sports.
Put him out for it.
Sanders is checked in for Johnson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Smith, and Jay subbed in for Irving. So on the floor for Cleveland, Jay, he's in at point guard. Sanders out there with Channing Frye. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Dellavedova in at the 2-guard position. Carter Williams with the bucket.
Nice people. Pull the trigger.
Dellavedova kicks to Freak, shoots it up. It's rebounded by Carter Williams.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Thomas passes to Carter Williams. Shot clock at 5. Here's Monroe. The Cavaliers pull it in. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Back to Carter Williams. Middleton outside. Dishes it to Carter Williams. Offensive rebound, Bucks. Here's Monroe. Thomas trying to break loose. Monroe, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Here's Dellavedova. He's guarded by Thomas. That's a 2 from Dellavedova, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And stolen by Fry. 20 feet out. And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Dellavedova. Jay's got his first basket of the night. Here's Carter Williams. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Launches a 3. Again, Carter Williams missing. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 1. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those factors.
Plumlee. Jarnell Stokes comes in for Parker, and Thomas subbed in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Cleveland also making some changes. Sanders checked in for Thompson. LeBron comes in for Shumpert, and Jay subbed in for J.R. Smith. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Then there's Lance Thomas. Then it's John Henson. And it's Stokes in at the 4. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. In fourth, the Bucks.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
The free throw drops for Stokes. For the Cavaliers, Channing Frye's checked in for Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second. And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Thomas kicks to Carter Williams. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And it's 7 points for Michael Carter Williams.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Fry dishes to Freak. Screened by Sanders. And Freak throws it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Stokes. Thomas, that's good.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Sanders passes to Fry. Here's Jay. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Carter Williams kicks to Henson, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
And here's Freak. 9 points in the game so far. They set the screen. Dellavedova dishes to Fry. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Carter Williams, the pass to Henson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith has checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Freak kicks to Fry. And a wide open look for James. And Henson pulls it down.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Thomas goes in. The shot no good. Great D that time from James.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Here's Jay. Good, and the assist goes to James. Jay's got the lead up to 6 now for Cleveland.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And the first half is now in the books. Cavaliers on top, leading by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the Jarnell Stokes comes in for Parker, and it's Lance Thomas in for Carter Williams. Then for the Cavaliers, Sanders comes in for Tristan Thompson, and Jay subbed in for J.R. Smith. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving is out there with Jay, and it's Sanders in at the 5 down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
The pass to Thomas. Middleton on the wing. He's guarded by Love. Outside, Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. And good on the basket. Book it. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points in the game.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And a wide open look for Freak. Here's Love. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Love's got it all tied up now for the Cavs. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Magic.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
You know, it perhaps could serve as a rallying point for him, Greg. I mean, sometimes after a big loss like that, it can be a catalyst or a wake-up call for the locker room.
And the Bucks making a change here. Carter Williams is checked in. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
For Cleveland, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for Bucks, LeBron James. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Milwaukee in the lead. Carter Williams with it. He has 7. The feed to Henson. The shot misses. Good D by Sanders. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, Irving has simply been great. 13 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Middleton outside. 27 seconds left in the third. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Freak kicks to Fry. To the paint for the lead, and Henson sends it back. Now here's Antetokounmpo. 10 points for him. Middleton outside. There's the 3, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists now in this one. Irving. The shot no good. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Bucks lead by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Different look for Milwaukee. John Henson comes in for Chris Middleton. And Miles Plumlee's subbed in for Antetokounmpo. Cleveland also making some changes. Sanders checked in for Thompson. Jay comes in for Smith. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Greg Monroe. And Cleveland also making a change. J.R. Smith's checked in for Irving. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Parker and Henson, the duo inside. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Incredible composure at the line to tie it up and give them a chance to get it to overtime.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He told his squad, listen, guys, it's close. It's about execution here. If we do that, I like our chance chances. No hero ball, just trust each other and make the simple play. Kevin?
Five on the clock. Down low, Henson, it's off.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
At the line for two.
And the first of two, no good, heartbreaker. So he comes up empty at the line. That will count. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. Right.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better be getting.
Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. So the Bucks win the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. And it's Henson in at the 5 spot. Freak kicks to Smith. Stolen by Middleton. Pass to Carter Williams. To the middle. Here's Parker. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. And that's 10 points for Parker.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Feeds it to Smith. To the middle. Here's LeBron. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Monroe's checked in for John Henson. Tristan. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Middleton. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight, big time. They needed this sort of performance for him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. For me and
that means
Kenny
I
Smith,
sub.
Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire crew, have a wonderful evening.
We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity!
Hey man, it's hard.
Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go.
Press, press, press.
Okay, we're good on the drills for now. Let's make sure we're getting better every day.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
So good to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit its stride. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. So for San Antonio, their last game, a win against the Hornets. A terrific underdog win in that last game. They're feeling good, looking to keep it up tonight. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now.
It's the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Meaning, Ernie, if I'm going to send you baseline, I said that's the game plan. I have to trust that my teammate's going to be there. And I'm going to do it regardless if he misses his assignment.
Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. It's the home of the Cavaliers, Quicken Loans Arena, as we are in Cleveland, Ohio. And, of course, Timothy Mozgov. Without his presence, they'll have to overcome the hole there.
You know, what the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their younger players are ready to spread their wings and take on a little more responsibility. They're going to get more minutes for those guys and allow them to see a little more playing time.
Clearly a forward-thinking deal, you know, and even if his...
Look here. Larry Sanders is checked in for Johnson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for J.R. Smith. And Jay subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Pass to Dellavedova from the arc. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Dellavedova's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And the effort down the stretch, those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime. It seems that every pass they make is... to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Right side, Green. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Cleveland with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. They set the pick. Back to LeBron. Wide open. Green with the rebound.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And that one's good.
How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
Freak kicks to Fry. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Now that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
Amon Shumpert's checked in for Jay. .43 seconds left to play in the first. Jay in a 2-guard. Kevin Love out there with Smith. Then there's Irving. And it's Thompson in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. It's Ginobili with the drive, so they take the lead. Ginobili's got 5 points so far.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Ginobili. And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Spurs.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Spurs have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Smith against Leonard. The 11-footer. The shot misses. And Cleveland the other way now. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. 2 teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
And Ginobili, here we go. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Ginobili's got 7 now in this quarter. Cavaliers leading. Here's Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Mills. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. He dishes it to Aldridge. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. That one on Love.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance.
The first free throw is good.
Oh my God, I just got that.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Free dishes to Smith. Out to the wing. Here's Jay. And too long on the shot.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
J.R. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Ginobili. Smith the pass to Thompson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
James checked in for the Cavaliers. He hits the second from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Spurs out in front. They're up by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what are you hoping to see from them?
I just want to have a semblance of motion so that they know where they're going and the ball moves. They don't play in a crowd. Just basically see if they know what they're doing.
We'll see, Coach. Thanks for the time. Guys.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of the some changes. West comes in for Duncan, and it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. West out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Mills in at the 1 spot. Aldridge a screen. Green kicks it to West. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Well, some of the numbers NBA wingmen have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. In the 3rd spot, Kawhi Leonard.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
And, Greg, you can't post the kind of percentages they do unless you operate that way. I mean, you can't be undisciplined at the small forward spot if you hope to be an efficient shooter.
Here's Mills. Here's Leonard. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Freak.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Leonard hits them both.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Irving dishes to Freak. 11 feet away. Irving can't get it to go. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Aldridge against Thompson. He gives them a double-digit lead. That's 7 points for Aldridge.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
It's a pick by Love. The drive by James. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He has 11 points and 3 steals.
Spurs leading by 12. Jay in at shooting guard. J.R. Smith out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Thompson, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Good.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Move the ball.
Smith the pass to Love. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Outside Aldridge. The 3. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Duncan's got 5 assists tonight.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Irving drives in, out to Smith, shoots. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Aldridge's screen. And Leonard gets it to go.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And it's Smith penetrating, kicks it out to Love. The feed to Irving. Inside from 13, and Freak gets it to go on the assist by Irving. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Smart kicks to Aldridge. Ginobili gets a wide open look, and it's San Antonio with another.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
In the corner, Smith with it. The screen from Thompson. J.R. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. The screen from Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Smith dishes to Freak. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Jay's got 4 points this quarter. San Antonio leading by 16. Now here's Ginobili. The pass to Aldridge. Off target from outside.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Ginobili, the pass to Duncan. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
James checked in for Jay. And San Antonio with the change here too. Mills is checked in. .56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 16-7 run.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for San Antonio.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3, it paid off for them in the end.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year, and when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take the first game of the season series, and that's exactly what's taking place here tonight against the Cavaliers.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Ginobili. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, Marcus, this is certainly a good win. What was the most important element to the team in a game like this one?
Just playing with energy. I think guys play with energy. I think guys play with passion tonight, and we just got, just win games right now.
Guys, they're all talented, but passion's such a crucial aspect to teams winning. Over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now it's
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Manu Ginobili. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving it.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. Both of these teams we're about to watch, slower pace, lots of half court, very methodical. Shaq, what do you think is the key to making that style of play work?
Well, you know, everybody in the NBA can play, but you got to have discipline on it. You got to take good shots. You got to value each possession. You got to play team basketball, and you have to believe in the system. You know, I played in a system that was very difficult, the triangle, but once we started believing in the triangle, we were able to win.
How many sides to a triangle?
I would say 3. I don't know.
Okay. Kenny.
I mean, the guy only played it for about 10 years. He didn't know how many sides was in it, but that's pretty unique. He just knew because I always said the triangle was overrated if you don't have Shaquille O'Neal in it. This guy didn't need a triangle. He could have played in a square, a circle, a box. He could have been anything, and he would have been successful. Didn't matter. Patience is the key, Ernie. You just can't get flustered when you're playing that slow-down game. But I don't care if it's a circle or box, Shaquille O'Neal would have won basketball games.
We're about to watch the game, and certainly a bit later we'll be talking to Kevin Harlan, and he's got the call.
I got a question for you. How many sides to a hexagram?
True.
Correct.
Everyone is in their seat here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland as the Cavaliers look to grab a win here at home. Portland right now in the middle of a road trip. And, of course, Larry Sanders. He's a guy getting integrated right now, still settling in with his new team.
And speaking of
making a switch here. Freaks checked in. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. On the floor for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. David Lee is out there with Plumlee, and it's Aminu in at the 3, the small forward. Lee dishes to McCollum, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Lee, a screen on Smith. McCollum with the ball. Out defended by Freak. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Lets it fly. The Cavaliers pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
You know, it perhaps could serve as a rallying point for him, Greg. I mean, sometimes after a big loss like that, it can be a catalyst or a wake-up call for the locker room.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Cleveland leading by 4. Love outside. He kicks it to James. Pass to Freak. Elbow shot. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Jay's got his first points of the game. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, a moment ago, Terry Stotts and I were able to chat. Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
Thank you, Doris. Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Sanders checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. Trailblazers trail by 6. To the inside. McCollum. That is good.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Shumpert is checked in for Jay.
One shot.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Screen by Sanders. Dellavedova kicks to Sanders. LeBron passes. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Detroit Pistons.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Irving is out there with Jay, and it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Smith checked in for the Cavaliers. And Portland with a change here, too. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Powell. And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Cavaliers?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, we've seen them... They're their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Lillard attacking. Here's Aminu. Good on the triple.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Cleveland leading by 7. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Trailblazers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Davis kicks to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Baseline try. Plumlee, no luck. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Kicks it out to Love. Drops in the tray. Love's got 5 points in the quarter.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Lillard, right side, out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. Here's McCollum. And it's Freak with the rebound.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Takes the 13-footer. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. And it's a 12-point Cavalier lead. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. Plumlee with a screen on Smith. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Oh, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
David Lee's checked in for Davis. Here's Aminu. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
4 on the shot clock. And it's Freak missing. Trailblazers trail by 10. Screen by Lee. Lillard attacking. James with some nice D.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And stolen by LeBron. Smith with the basket on the assist by James. Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for Cleveland. Trailblazers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Back to LeBron. Down low. Tries it from the top of the key. The offensive rebound. Thompson. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. And then for the Trailblazers, Jared Dudley's checked in for Aminu. And Krabs subbed in for McCollum. Plumlee with a screen on Irving. Lillard dishes to Plumlee. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Lillard. No good. So Cleveland will take it the other way. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. 2 teams that are...
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Cavaliers on top, up by 16. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
LeBron, you dominated the backboards. What allowed that to happen?
We know coming into the game that's a very good shooting team, and there'll be a lot of offensive rebounds at times. They miss shots, and all 5 guys got to get in and help each other defensively and get them to clean up the rebound. So that was the point of emphasis. And
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
What a great game for Love in this one. He has 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Jay comes in for J.R. Smith. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Davis comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's Powell in for David Lee.
Check out the numbers for Lillard. Putting up about 25 points per game, 8 assists, and almost 3 steals. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
On the floor for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Powell is out there with Aminu, and it's Davis in at the center. That is good. 14 points for Damian Lillard.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Irving passes to Love. Cleveland moving the ball around. LeBron left side. Here's Jay. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Aminu misses. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Freak kicks to Irving. Great D that time from Davis.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Kicks it to Sanders. All alone. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Sanders has got his second basket of the game.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Irving against Lillard. Some solid defense there from Irving.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Take a look at what Irving's done. He has 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Another look now for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Fry. Smith comes in for Matthew Dellavedova, and Jay's subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And Portland with a change here, too. Lee's checked in.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Cavaliers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for LeBron James. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Sanders is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Jay in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And stolen by Freak. Here's Dellavedova. Dishes it to Freak from deep 3-point range. Can't hit.
He's not doing his team any good by taking shots from that range.
And, Greg, typically that kind of play comes back to haunt you because it really makes your teammates reluctant to make the pass to you if you're open.
And a foul calling the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Third team foul.
Free throw good. Freak.
Keep it moving. All right.
2 shots.
Keep running. Keep running.
And both free throws good from Freak. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Over to the left wing. Here's the floater. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Here's Dellavedova. To the left side wing. Releases. And so it's Cleveland. Taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
Alright guys, that's gonna be the
Now to Central the door Spurs standing by on the sideline.
if you like this. If you don't, just feel good, right? But I'll keep y'all in the next video, which is probably gonna be a night. Well, peace out, bro.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, congratulations on a wonderful performance.